Yes, viewers, the euphoria of Christmas and New Year celebration is still very much around. But I decided to give you what the looks of Enugu-Onitsha or Onitsha Expressway, what it looks like on the 7th of January 2025. Yes, we are in 2025, no longer 2024. And as every day breaks, people get older. So now this is the expressway, and I decided to make this comment, though this is not the first time, because it is a general observation, and that's what people are saying anytime I drop video about our place, usually the roads. People complain a lot about the environment, that the roads are not, you know, kept neat. The shanties and a whole lot of them. But today I'm going to tell us what the Lagos State government did concerning majorly on the environment, and some are yet to be implemented, like the ban on the single-use plastic materials. Also, what the Lagos State government did to somebody that dropped, construction materials along the road, which is very common. We see it here often, and it seems like nothing is done about it. You will be passing on the road, a major road for that matter. You will see construction materials like sand, gravels being dumped incessantly on the road. Well, this is a new pass flyover, and we are just dropping from the new pass flyover, moving down towards Tarzan. From Tarzan, we are heading to Obunike. Like I promised you, we want to have a full view of this road or this expressway as people are traveling home, as people are going back to their base, leaving the villages, their homes, going back to the base where they are, fending for themselves and earning their living, probably until another 11 months come by, and they will travel home to see their people. Though that is not just the only time people travel home, people also travel home within the year. Depends on the activities that they have at home. So, but why I said 11 months is at worst. They will wait for another 11 months, but that is not always the case. So, viewers, this is Tuesday, 7th of January. Like I said, I am giving you the update of Enugu-Onitsha Expressway, that our view will terminate at Oka, and that is what we are bringing to you today. Well, there is no doubt this expressway, within these built-up areas, that it needs a service lane, just like the way it was done at Bridgehead, moving towards Zix roundabout. That should be the standard of every expressway that has, location within a built-up city, and to avoid disturbing the traffic along the expressway. And obviously, this is the time. In fact, it's becoming late to have that kind of road constructed. Though usually there is the law that established the length of side of the road that belongs to the federal government. I hope people are obeying that law, because tomorrow the government might decide to establish this service lane that I'm talking about. That of Bridgehead was done sometime around 2012, 2011. That was when that service lane was created. And if not, the space is there already. A lot of properties will be demolished. So, but the space are there. That's why it is easier to establish the service line. So, government should start thinking of such thing here. So, but like I said earlier, when I started this video, I said some things, like two things I'm going to bring to you in this video happened at Lagos. You see what the environmental people are doing to help preserve a good, environment in Lagos. They say Lagos government sells properties under construction for blocking roads with materials on Lagos Island. I know that some people complain about these things in my video when they see sand or concrete or whatever they call it, gravels, being dumped along the public road, and they will complain about it. Now, this is what the Lagos State government has done in that regards. So we need this kind of thing, or this kind of law, to be established so that people should stop abusing public utilities. The Lagos State government sells several properties under construction on Lagos Island for obstructing public roads with building materials. In fact, we don't even need to waste time to adopt this in Anambra State, because it's very common and incessantly done anywhere, a construction is going on in Anambra State. So this action was announced via a post on the official X, formerly Twitter, account of the Lagos State Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Tokumbo Wahab, on Sunday. The sold properties located at 65, 68 and 24 Adeniji Adele Road were reportedly found to be in violation of the environmental regulations by placing construction materials on public roads. Then the commissioner, who was on an inspection tour with officials from the Ministry of Environment and Water Resources, stated that the move was part of ongoing efforts to ensure environmental compliance and maintain order in Lagos. So let's continue. Then a video accompanying the announcement captured one of the sealed road buildings currently under construction, cordoned off with aluminium sheets. Construction signs for the project was visibly piled on the streets, reducing available space for road users and obstructing drainages by covering the gutters. Another safe property displayed gravel and bags of cement stacked outside its perimeter, further encroaching on the roadway. These measures were deemed necessary to mitigate the environmental nuisance caused by improper use of public spaces for construction activities. Well, we are going to finish up that information that I'm bringing to you guys, but I want to chip in something. I don't need to start compiling videos of where we have seen such, eyesores on our road. It is there in my videos. Many of them are there. You see construction material being used to block more than half of the road. They are there in the videos. But I may not need to start, fetching them. But I'm using this opportunity of, giving you the view of Enugu-Onitsha Expressway to bring this information to you guys, so that in the spirit of moving Anambra forward, people can bring in their own contributions towards that. Then, furthermore, and let me tell you what you should know concerning this information I'm giving you from Lagos. It is quite common across Lagos State to see building projects utilizing portion of public streets to store construction materials. Why this practice may seem convenient for builders, it significantly impacts the environment and urban infrastructures. The occupation of public spaces with materials such as sand, gravels, and cement often reduces the available space for pedestrians and vehicles, leading to congestion and safety concerns. Furthermore, it contributes to street clutters and hinders the smooth flow of daily activities. Additionally, the placement of these materials over gutters obstruct proper drainage, exacerbating flooding risk during heavy rains. These actions contribute to broader urban disorganization and pose challenge to maintain a clean and orderly environment. Well, efforts to promote widespread avoidance of such situations are welcomed as they encourage compliance with regulations and foster a more organized and sustainable urban landscape. Such measures are essential to achieving long-term environmental improvement and ensuring the efficient use of shared urban spaces. So you've heard it from the horse's mouth, and this is exactly what we need to, do everywhere in Nigeria, not only in Anambra State. But will they be serious to implement it? Let us take that move by the Lagos State government to implement such laws, because seriously is against the use of public places, and it disturbs other people from using some of these public places. So with this now, I think we are beginning to wake up in our responsibilities to maintain a clean and a safer environment. The next we are going to talk about is the ban on the single-use plastic materials. So, my people, to a large extent, the way our environment appears depicts what manner of people are there in the environment. Then you can see that people are really moving, back to the base. So, like I said, The type of environment we keep, indicates the type of people that are living in that environment and also people in charge of the environment. We are all inclusive. And environment is, let me say, 50% of what makes our city what it is. Environment is everything when it comes to city life. So let's hear this one out. Still coming from Lagos State. Enforcement on ban of single-use plastic starts in 2 weeks. Wahab, the same Wahab that confiscated. Should I use that word? Confiscated people's property for blocking, or sold people's property for blocking other people from using public roads and public spaces. So the same Wahab, the Commissioner for Environment, is telling us that enforcement on ban of single-use plastic starts in 2 weeks. Well, these are the kind of news we expect to hear in Anambra State, but we are yet to see it happen. Though they are doing their own best to ensure a better environment. So this place now is the airport junction. This airport, should take left, you are going inside the airport. The airport is about 5 to 7 kilometers from this expressway. You will get to the airport. So you need to be cautious here because there are speed breakers, along this place. You must slow down. You must slow down to make your way slowly and cross this place. So that's exactly what you are seeing. So let's hear what the ban on the single-use plastic in Lagos is all about. The Lagos state government is set to commence enforcement on the ban of single-use plastic in the next 2 weeks. So it means that the ban is already there, but to commence enforcement is what they are talking about now. This comes as the mega pumping station being constructed in Ilubirin to permanently address the issue of flooding in Lagos Island is set for operation next week. State Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokumbo Wahab, disclosed this on Sunday during an inspection tour of flood-prone areas and all ongoing projects and new ones at Lagos Island and its environs, climaxing at Ilubirin waterfront. So Wahab had last year, December, at a stakeholders workshop and awareness on the implementation of the ban on the usage of styrofoams and SUPs, that single-use plastics, for packaging. Sound enforcement would commence from January 2025 as part of measures by state government to put in place policy guidelines for plastic utility in further ensuring a sustainable management of plastic waste, healthy and safe environment. The state government had in January 2024 banned the use of styrofoams in all government establishments and across the metropolis in general, following the increased prevalence of plastic waste and its negative on the environment in recent years. So let's continue. because they need to, break it down very well. If they say styrofoams, I think they are referring to this styrofoam in particular refers to this takeaway plates. Yes, it doesn't decay. Nothing happens to it. It remains like that except fire touches it. So that is styrofoams. So, but let's continue. Speaking with newsmen at Ilubirin pump station after the inspection, the commissioner said, in fairness to government, we saw the level of degradation there. There was infrastructure that was built by Julius Berger, contracted by government, properly done with road network, functional drainages, and walkway. However, bad human behavior clogged up the system. This store became necessary as the governor has rewarded the regeneration of the total infrastructure of Lagos Island. We need to ensure the contractors are ready to commence and see if the contract period can be abridged and thus reduce the delivery time to 18 months or less instead of the initial 24 months project's delivery, Wahab said. Let me repeat this part again. The tour became necessary as the governor has rewarded the regeneration of the total infrastructure of Lagos Island. We need to ensure the contractors are ready to commence and see if the contract period can be abridged. This thing is something like, what I usually talk sometimes. Like, government will just come, they will start patterning the reconstruction of drainages, not just all the surface drainage, both underground and properly done drainages, gradually according to areas, or even they can award the entire city to reconstruct the whole drainages and make it properly connected, something like that. So let's continue. He maintained that the state government will continue to provide requisite infrastructure, but the citizens must take ownership of the infrastructure with a mind that it is for the good of all. Yes, citizens have a very big role to play in terms of keeping a neat environment to avoid clogging the drainages. But you know that if these drainages are sealed and well constructed and connected, the citizens cannot easily find way to, drop their waste inside the drainages. It is because we have open drainages that citizens find it easy to drop waste inside the drainages. So we will ramp up provision of resilient infrastructure and encourage people to take ownership, while government also take ownership of the responsibility imposed by the status. Our people must remember that taxpayers' funds are deployed to build this infrastructure, he said. The commissioner reminded all that there was no going back on the commencement of a total ban on single-use plastic from January, few days' time, adding that littering, especially with styrofoams, has reduced drastically compared to when enforcement of its ban initially started. There is no going back on total ban of single-use plastics. Okay, single-use plastics inculcates all those takeaway plates, plastic bags, or leather bags, the ones they call leather bags, and all these single-use plastic, they are all incorporated. But styrofoam is just part of single-use plastic. Then we are currently having conversation in respect on how to completely phase them off. The enforcement will take effect before the end of this month, January, Wahab stated. The commissioner said the ministry will, in the new year, continues its advocacy for attitudinal change, adding that citizens must know that in order to experience change, attitude towards the environment must also positively change. It'll bring 3 cubic liter per hour pumping station at Ilubrin. The commissioner expressed satisfaction with the level of work on the pumping station project, adding that the station will be energized within the next 10 days for test running. He said the massive Ilubrin water pump project is the most critical part of the regeneration process, majorly to deflood Lagos Island and the environs, adding that all drainage channels in Lagos Island would discharge into the lagoon through the pumps, stressing that these measures would permanently curb the menace of floods in the area. We are not done yet, but we are almost, coming to the end of this particular presentation about the Lagos State ban on the single-use plastic. So let me just cut it short. Finally, he urged all agencies of the government, especially the ministries, to move out of their offices into the field and engage in responsibilities that is required of their respective agencies, adding that global warming and climate change is real and a serious issue that must be confronted from all fronts. Then Wahab warned developers and residents to resist or to desist from dumping building materials on the roads and drainages channels, which causes serious blockage to natural flow of water, while ordering the immediate selling of 3 buildings on Adeniji Adele Road, which are number 65, 68, and 124 for dumping of building materials on the drainage channels. Then the special advisor on the environment, engineer Olakunle Rotimi Akodu, said the urban regeneration of Lagos Island is the lasting solution to the menace of flooding in the area, stressing that Lagos will not relent in performing its responsibilities of maintaining flood-free and clean environment. He appealed to residents of Lagos Island to support the government when the project commences, as it will be beneficial to all and for a sustainable environment. So that is where I will end that discussion concerning Lagos State, imposing ban on the single-use plastic. So now we haven't forgotten that we are moving along Enugu-Onitsha Expressway. And for God's sake, people should be very careful, while driving along this road. What is happening on the road now is not palatable. I usually warn people that this road, many part of it is still not in use. Just some few parts that RCC managed to construct, were being put in use. So usually some places on this road, traffic faces each other. So while traffic faces each other, it calls for more caution. But people sometimes throw cautions to the wind. Just along this road alone, within a space of many days now, trailers, accidents, occurring. But unfortunately, or let me say fortunately, I never heard of anybody dying from the accident. So that's a good one. So, but people has to be very careful while using the road. While I mentioned trailers is because trailers we are fully involved. The two accidents that they said happened, and I saw the debris on this road and some remaining vehicles. All of them involve trailers all the way. So, but I never see, or it's not very common, trailers driving school. Majorly, these boys, they will start from being conductor to repacking vehicle. From repacking, they start entering the major roads. If not, I have not seen a field like where we usually have cars go to learn how to drive. I have not seen a field where trailers are learning or trailer drivers are learning how to drive. So that is very important that the government should, provide and make it easier for people that are interested in establishing such driving school. Make it easier for them so that we can start seeing where trailer drivers are learning how to drive and not just to be a problem for other road users on the sun road that they are using. So, gentlemen and ladies, we've just arrived at Amobia flyover. This is Amobia flyover, and I want to thank you for coming along with me in this video, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let's have a change towards what we have discussed for a better Anambra. Thank you.